What up, Space Fam? Goes in here from AnimeUproar, back at it again to discuss the latest crazy developments in the One Punch Man story. Things are getting especially crazy right now, and I've gotten plenty of comments requesting that I do an update on the story, so this seemed like the perfect time for it. If you do enjoy seeing One Punch Man on this channel and want to keep the videos coming, the best thing you could do is channel the caped baldy within and one punch that like button. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial, hit the notification bell and turn on all notifications or you will miss future One Punch Man videos. And while you wait for the next One Punch Man video to come out, feel free to check out our One Punch Man playlist, which includes videos on Blast, all S-Class heroes, all God and Dragon level threats, and much more. Link to that is in the description. Now without further ado, let's jump into it, spoilers and all. Last time, the very attractive Fubuki stepped in and used telekinesis to save Genos from destruction. She was absolutely amazing, and although it's an ongoing joke that she calls S-Class heroes subordinates, she truly was acting like an amazing leader when she stepped up to deal with the situation. The feat used up so much of her power that she passed out, leaving Bang and the others amazed at her potential to become a great leader after all. Now we jump to this chapter and we see Tatsumaki in the air. We got dragon level threat, Homeless Emperor talking about symphonies and how they use every possible sound to bring forth harmony, a thing of ultimate beauty. Similarly, he views his own fighting as an artistic performance and announces the grand finale, but it was just a decoy and not actually Tatsumaki. Also, let's just once more appreciate the fact that there is a One Punch Man villain called Black Sperm. In truth, Tatsumaki is not in great shape. Tornado of Terror shows up and calls out her sister's name. We all know how important Fubuki is to her. And Fubuki wakes up shocked to see that Tatsumaki is in much worse shape than even she is. Nevertheless, Tatsumaki is very mad that Fubuki is hurt and her power explodes. Tatsumaki has never looked scarier as she asks her sister to point out who hurt her so. I love how Tatsumaki can be so insanely cute and so insanely terrifying at the same time. After Fubuki lets her sister know that she's here out of her own free will and the injuries are of her own doing, Tatsumaki immediately and hilariously calms down, letting Fubuki know to hurry up and go home. Tatsumaki goes on to finish off the other fodder, as she calls them, even though they're dragon level threats. I appreciate her confidence even more so because Fubuki points out that she's on the brink of death. This time Fubuki wants to protect her sister, saying, and I quote, "Any more and you'll die. If you don't stop your bleed." But before she can finish the statement, Tatsumaki, struggling for breath, sends her flying back, saying not to underestimate her. Fubuki wouldn't be able to help her in a million years. That's Tatsumaki's issue. She's such a tsundere and she doesn't want to accept help from anyone. She's okay with being the rescuer, but never the rescued. Fubuki tries to stop her with a telekinetic ring, and this is pretty funny because it's like using genjutsu against Itachi. Fubuki is begging at this point, saying that Tatsumaki has no strength left and she really will die. And I'm not surprised by this. After all, it's not just that Tatsumaki looks bad, she's taken insane damage over and over again throughout these chapters. And now with Fubuki being so sure she's about to die, it really doesn't look good for our favorite OP tsundere. There's some great development here between the sisters. Fubuki recalls how Tatsumaki stopped trusting others so she could protect Fubuki, but that led to Fubuki being frightened and isolated, so she created her own faction and used power to move past that scared point. However, Fubuki feels like since then she's begun to understand strength and her sister better. She promises to gather strong allies that even Tatsumaki can trust, and then she'll come for Tatsumaki, who won't have to carry the whole burden on her own anymore. And whether we realize it or not, Fubuki has been doing this with people like Saitama, Genos, and Bang. Even if Tatsumaki doesn't trust others yet, we know Saitama is even stronger than her and could protect her if it came down to it. Interestingly enough, Fubuki says she'll save Tatsumaki, but in a different way, not in the conventional being strong way, and I really like that distinction. With tears in her eyes, Fubuki smiles and says she'll save her sister because she's a hero, and Tatsumaki's expression to hearing wearing this must be in my top 3 adorable things I've ever seen. Still though, Tatsumaki turns the tables. She frees herself from Fubuki's ring and traps the 3 of them in rings. She compliments Fubuki on getting stronger, but says she can't go on thinking anyone will come and save her. And you might recall that that's what Blast told Tatsumaki when he saved her so long ago. And Tatsumaki has lived by that philosophy ever since, and she decides that she's gotta be a good example to Fubuki and marches towards the enemy, as her trapped sister can only cry and watch, believing that Tatsumaki is walking towards her own death. And as she mentions, even though Blast saved Tatsumaki back then, he left a curse on her heart. She would rather die in battle than accept help from others, and that could very well be her undoing. It's an interesting situation and idea. Originally, what Blast said was good advice. Don't wait for someone else to save you, start working on saving yourself. However, after a certain level, needing to do everything on your own can be a weakness, and we see that here, where it appears to be leading Tatsumaki to her end. The fact is, humans are social animals, and we rely on each other whether we're aware of that fact or not. Just think of One Piece. All the strongest pirates in the world have a crew that they rely on. But back to One Punch Man, Genos puts a jacket over Fubuki, always a nice moment to see, and lets her know that he's going to back up Tatsumaki. It's a touching moment. He ensures them that he won't use his full power so he doesn't overheat, and promises to protect Tatsumaki. For the shippers, you could definitely argue there's some chemistry between Genos and Fubuki here, in which case, lucky Demon Cyborg. Genos also recalls how Saitama shows respect to people who fight and risk their lives regardless of their capacity. He recalls the great Moomin Rider, in fact, someone who may not be the strongest, but man is he inspirational. And I agree with Saitama here. Yeah, we're not all as strong as Saitama, but what matters is your character, and you can live by your own principles no matter how talented or untalented you are. And at the end of the day, that's what counts. I love to see Bang acknowledge Fubuki as his leader as he goes to do his part too. Fubuki's face is so cute as she looks at him wide-eyed, clearly touched by all their actions. I always find it funny and great when Genos, as he does here, insists that he's nobody else's disciple except Caped Baldi's, and he makes sure everyone knows it, especially Bang. We jump to people commenting that Tatsumaki's powers and the devastation they cause are comparable to a nuclear weapon, which is crazy to think about. If she expended that much energy already, how much longer could she possibly keep going? We catch up with my boy, Tank Top Master and Pig God, who are taking on Dragon level threat Gums. Dragon level Fuhrer Ugly shows up too, having seemingly overcome Sweet Mask with his power and ugliness. It's unbelievable, the dude actually rips off Sweet Mask's arm. I did not expect that, and he plans to keep ripping off body parts. The heroes are in a terrible position right now. We could really use Saitama right about now, and having Blast thrown in wouldn't be bad either. Gums catches Tank Top Master between his teeth, and it seems like he's going to bite right through him. Of course, this can't be possible, not when he's wearing a tank top of all things. Luckily, before Tank Top Master is finished off, Pig God saves him, and Tatsumaki shows up to save Sweet Mask from being stomped out too. Pig God takes people into his mouth, and Tank Top Master sends them flying off away from the dangerous dragon level threats. He wants to pass on the message that they will win to Moomin Rider. The legend of the Tank Top continues. Fuhrer Ugly gets uglier and stronger and punches Tatsumaki, who remember is knocking on death's door already, and she's punched right into a rock here. Tank Top Master uses Tank Top Tackle against an ugly punch, and I know this will be hard to believe, but even with the tank top, his arms get destroyed. It doesn't look like he can fight anymore. Furthermore, Tatsumaki has hit her head hard and looks to be completely out of it. I gotta give credit to the drawing of Fuhrer Ugly when he goes in to hit Tank Top Master a second time. It is truly ugly and unsettling. Ugly punches the Master, and although it doesn't look good, Tank Top Master ensures us, despite all this ugly power, the Tank Top is invincible. My god, what a legend. Ugly keeps going though, and it's hard to imagine Tank Top Master surviving that, especially as the chapter ends with what remains of him going into Gums' throat. But even though it looks really bad, we can hope that the power of the tank top may bring about some sort of miracle. Ugly approaches Tatsumaki, who looks completely defenseless and powerless, and that's the end of this insane chapter. It straight up seems like Tank Top Master is dead, and like Tatsumaki is pretty much as good as dead. Was Fubuki right? Can this be blamed on Blast's curse that's led Tatsumaki to put herself in harm's way time after time without relying on anyone? Let me know your thoughts and how you like the chapter in the comments. Hopefully we'll see Saitama and Blast again soon. Clearly the heroes need help ASAP, and I feel like Blast's gotta give Tatsumaki some more advice to balance out his old advice. We'll see what happens. I do have my hopes very high for the next chapter. Whatever happens though, we must remember the tank top is invincible. Long live the tank top. We can't put hashtag RIP tank top in the chat because the tank top, we must remember, never dies. But that is it for this one. Thanks again for watching. We got the usual hilarity combined with intensity and very serious and perhaps mortal wounds. Can't wait for the next chapter to come out. If you did enjoy this One Punch review and want to keep them coming, the best thing you could do is channel the Kate Baldy within and one punch that like button. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial. Hit the bell and turn on all notifications or you will miss future One Punch Man videos. And while you wait for the next One Punch Man video to come out, feel free to check out my One Punch Man playlist, which includes videos on Blast, all S-Class heroes, all God and Dragon level threats, and much more. Link to that is in the description. And I especially want to thank the Patron Squad over on Patreon and here on YouTube who help make videos like this one possible. First and foremost, I want to thank the patrons of Legend, the ones acknowledged by Lord Twigo himself, Alpha Sigma, Red Haired Raven, and AV, and our 1-tier patrons, the ones who stand atop all clans, Ingrata, Pate Heffa, Aljatal, Dr. Courtman, The Toasted Chi, Bang, Emperor Otaku, Spite Life Tanel, Tungsten Tarkus, Baked Buddhist, and Yuno. And our Pro Hero tier patrons, the one and only Gilgamesh, Steelers, Angel Cruz, Anatoly Kazatsky, Cricket XP, Rethuan De Aura, Very Gucci, Alicia Actor, Bonnie Parks, Hinokami and Water, Joanne Garcia, Ted No Ted, iSparky65, Jessica LaFond, Metal Mama, Corey McGowan, Fatboy Games, Deadly Saint, Soul Rise, Slice and Dice, and Pill You. Thank you all so much. If you enjoy our work, you can support more of it by going over to patreon.com/AnimeUproar and becoming a patron today for as little as $1. If you do so, you'll get your name featured in future videos alongside these amazing people right here, and you'll even get access to our private patron-only Discord where we talk about anime, life, and of course, dank memes. So check out patreon.com/AnimeUproar, link in the description if you're interested. You can also join the YouTube channel by clicking that blue join button next to the subscribe button that you've hopefully already destroyed. So yeah, you can support more content that way if you prefer, and whichever way you choose to support us, you will get the same great benefits. Thanks again, and until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.